All right. I'll start first. My name is Jessica Perez. Um, so growing up, I grew up um, in the Catholic faith. So my mom like always wanted us to every Sunday go to mass, and um, it kind of always felt like forceful. So I felt like because of that, I don't know, I kind of just like I don't know, maybe not bothered me, but at the same time, I felt like I really didn't grow like a true connection to my Catholic faith because it was kind of like, we have to go, like, you don't have a choice and stuff like that. So I guess it grew like just a disconnect with like my religion. But as I got older, I felt that, I was able to find more of like my own spirituality and like, more like yes, I grew up Catholic, but I also have my own ways of like, praying or like, feeling safe, or like my own beliefs when it comes to like, what I necessarily like agree on with the Catholic faith, and other things that I guess I don't see as like maybe I don't necessarily agree with that, but it's I don't know, to me I appreciate how I could, see that and also know that I don't have to just like stick down to like the Catholic faith. Like I could still go about my life, um and pray when I feel like I need to pray, when I'm having a hard time, when I'm in a dark like moment in life, I know that I could still find like peace with something, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like, you know, um, going to church every single Sunday and like going to mass. So that's just how I grew up with it. But yeah, so I'm just glad that I'm in a place in my life now where I could like still feel safe in like my own faith, but not necessarily like, you know, going through like the practices of Catholicism, if that makes sense. So yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Um, I'm Casey Saldana, and I was pretty much I was baptized as Lutheran, but my family's not really the gun ho religious type. My grandmother claims she is, but it's not really a thing. We tried to go throughout childhood to different Lutheran churches, but most of the time they weren't the beliefs that we believed in. They were just telling us what we should believe in. And my mother um, is very different from the rest of our family. So she taught all of like my six brothers and sisters, that we should believe in what we're comfortable with and what we should stand for. So we mainly grew up very spiritual. All my siblings are very spiritual. We believe in afterlife. We believe in like reincarnation. The fair and not to judge anybody, especially people that have been in jail and things like that. We just don't feel like judging people should be um, forced, even though it's natural human instinct to do. I've gone to Catholic churches, I've gone to Christian churches, Lutheran, at all. It's just, to me, it was all the same thing. I am spiritual, but I still believe that there is a higher power, whether it's God or anything. I still respect all religions, and that's just how I was raised, after seeing everything, all religions and pretty much what they stand for. But I'm just very spiritual, and I abide by those rules, honestly.
Thank you for sharing, Casey. Well, my name is Natisha Brown. I grew up Catholic. Well, I got baptized when I was a child. I got my communion. I got my confirmation. So I did what I had to do to, be included in this religion. But my parents really never went with me to church. So once I started middle school, I started going by myself to church. I was part of the mass. I helped the priest. I was in church band. I went to mass every Sunday as well. I was very involved, I would say. and I really enjoyed it. So even though my parents didn't go with me as my support network or teaching me anything of the belief, I it was my choice pretty much to go and be involved. So when I think back home in Germany, it was very nice. I really enjoyed it. But once I moved to the United States at the age of 15, going on 16, I felt lost. So it was a new country, a new city that we lived in. Everything was new. And even though I tried to find a church, I couldn't find one that really connected with me. Even though I went with my grandma every Sunday, I think she went to 3 or 4 different churches, and I really tried, but it's too different for me here, I think. So after a while, I honestly gave up, and I've been trying to reconnect. And at some point, I even wrote my pastor in Germany. We were just writing letters back and forth, and it felt great. Unfortunately, he got sick, so it. I don't think he's with us anymore, to be honest. But I had that connection back, and then it went away again, and right now I'm not involved really in anything. I've been trying to do my prayers. I've been trying to do what I used to do, but it's just not the same. So I'm trying to find my path that I've lost, but it's just really hard at the moment. So I'm not quite sure if I should find a new faith, a new spirituality, or try to find a connection that I once had, but at the moment I can't find it. So I haven't really been doing anything.
But the disconnection between everything that's going on with you and like feeling more connected in Germany, like has that influenced your day-to-day activities or anything? Because it seems like you were very like gun-ho about feeling
Yeah.
connected in Germany, but does that coming to America, does that really affect your day-to-day, like mentally, physically?
I would say at the beginning it did. I felt really disconnected. At the beginning, I really didn't have I would say I had it really strongly, and I was praying every night to go back home, but it wasn't really my choice to do. Maybe I felt at some point that maybe he didn't hear me, maybe, or it's just I was at the beginning very engaged. At the beginning, I felt very engaged, and I wanted to go for it, and I tried, but I don't think I felt hurt. And then everything was different. It was not the same.
Have you found any other religions or that are connected to your core beliefs yet, or have you looked anywhere on other information, or are you wanting to stick with your religion?
I prefer to stick with my religion. I did try. I think my dad is I think Protestant. So I tried to get involved here. I believe that's where my grandma took me to church every other Sunday. But I haven't tried any other spiritual faith or religion, but I did try. I'm not quite sure if mindfulness or some sort of meditation counts as spirituality, where you take some time to yourself and focus on your breathing and kind of interrupt your train of thoughts of what's going on in your mind. So I've been doing that, not frequently, but I've been trying to find some sort connection or some sort of sense that would make to me.
Yeah, have you, I totally understand where you're coming from. Have you found any friends or group of people that are feeling like a similar way, or have you made a connection yet of someone that has the same core values, whether they have the same religion or not yet?
No, I honestly, I think because I didn't grow up here, I didn't go to high school here, went straight to college. I wasn't able to form any friendships. Even in college, I tried to nurture them and maintain them by texting in between, like, "Hey, how you doing?" But I haven't really found a person that really shared my faith with me. So I don't really have a support network, a spiritual one. So, you know.
Well,